What's up, my good people, and welcome back in to the Bully Ball Show on Sparks TV. I'm your host, Nino Sparks, aka the Mid Range Bully. Now, the Celtics did it. They hang in banner 18, y'all. I can't believe it. I'm low key sick as a Laker fan, but they deserved it. The team that deserved it won. Sometimes the team that deserved to win, the team that you think is going to win, doesn't win. Injuries, a lot of different things can play a factor. But the Celtics, they were the better team, one of the best teams all year, all season. They deserved to win. They did it the right way. They built within. You got to give it up to them. Give credit where credit is due. And that's probably as much as I'm going to give them. But we're going to get into it. We're going to break it all down like a fraction. But as always, before we get started, if it's your first time tapping in, or maybe you tapped in before, go ahead, tap that like, tap that subscribe, tap that notification bell. Stay tapped in. Let's get the shit. So, the Celtics. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. You got to give it up to them. You really do. Excuse me, let me readjust. Because at any point, these young dudes, one of them could have asked for a trade, said, hey, I can't win with this guy, get somebody else, we need other pieces. But like they kept lamenting too, they needed each other. And they stuck by each other. They didn't let the outside noise get in. Even how they lost last season. No one would have blamed either one of them for saying, hey, I'm ready to move on. They've been through the ups and the downs. They didn't just assemble out of nowhere as a super team. They was drafted there. They stayed loyal to the soil. And they won. As far as Jaylen Brown getting the MVP, hey, he would have been my finals MVP if I had to vote. But I wouldn't have been mad if they gave it to JT. I would have been mad if they gave it to Drew. Hell, I think if Porzingis doesn't get hurt and he plays all the games, shit, we might have been looking at him as the MVP, finals MVP. This is as a complete team as it could have been. And they got a chance to continue. Unfortunately, that's a Laker fan in me. I'm trying to be unbiased as I can be for the Celtics fans, but can't stand y'all. It is what it is. No, y'all feel the same about me and my fan base. But my team. Well, I said fan base. But gotta give credit where it's due, man. They did their thing. They beat who was in front of them. I'm still gonna stand on the fact that I think if Jimmy Butler doesn't go down, he would, we'll see what they do next season. We'll put it that way. Because if you the Celtics, only person you might lose is Al Horford. Everybody else, I think you got wrapped up under contract. You extend the guys you need to extend. Hell, if you can find a way to get better, add more defense, more power to you. You'll be right back in the conversation. Because there are other teams that are coming. We'll see what Philadelphia does. Hell, we'll see what Indiana does. We'll see what the Knicks do. Because now that the champion did come out of the East, those are the teams that are going to be pushing all their chips to the center of the table. Any team in the East that feels they can contend. I didn't even mention Milwaukee. We'll see what they do with Dame. How they reassemble. But shit. They in the chair. They in the captain's chair. In the captain's seat. So shout out to the Celtics fans for hanging banner 18. I hope you don't get another one. Moving along to the team that lost, the Dallas Mavericks. And this is really why I'm making this video, because the Waves is looking good. I really want, because what you're going to see on ESPN for the next coming day, you saw it today and you're going to probably continue to see it within all throughout the week. They're going to jump on Kyrie. They're going to jump right back on him with both feet. You see, they was just dick riding him, right? After how they dragged him last year, made the man look like he aged 10 years for reading a fucking book. We ain't gonna get into that. You see what they did to him. They dragged him damn near for a month, bro. At least 3 weeks straight, every day. Dragged him. Different topics. Topic after topic after topic. Unlimited. They didn't need all the facts to talk about him. And then what they do. Now, we're all Kyrie Irving fans. He might be the most skilled player ever. LeBron says he's the most gifted ever. They having breakdowns about that. He's so mature. He's the vocal leader of the team. Look how he leads the team. He was sensational. He took Anthony Edwards. He took that personal. They was all on this man. And now what? They gonna drag him. Why? To build up the guy that they like. I love Luka's game. But his lack of defense and lack of maturity was a bigger reason they lost than Kyrie Irving's lack of production on the offensive end. Luka wasn't being guarded by the best player in the league. The best defensive player in the league. When you ask all the best offensive players in the league who the best defensive player in the league is, one name comes up. Jrue Holiday. Jrue motherfucking Holiday. 2-time champion. 6-time all-defense. 2-time all-star. Probably gonna get another all-star. Probably gonna add the gold medal to his roster too, because he's gonna be on the Olympic team. So add that to his resume as well. You could book that. We getting the gold. You can book that motherfucker. That's who was guarding Kyrie Irving. You seen what they did to Luka. Play after play after play. I told y'all. Where was he gonna hide? Where was he gonna hide? There is no Rudy Gobert to put him on. There was no, who was they hiding him on with Oklahoma City? Was they had him on Lou Dort? There was no Lou Dort out there. There was no Zubac out there for him to guard him. He had to guard JT or JB. They put his ass in action every motherfucking play. Let's not act like y'all didn't see that. Yeah, he did his thing on the other end. He was going to do his thing on the other end. We said that coming into it. But was he going to be able to stay in front of somebody? Not stop staying in front of somebody. Anybody that's played pickup ball, you know when a motherfucker getting cooked. When they start looking around at everybody else. What'd he do? He's standing there, dude run right past him. What'd he do? He look at PJ Washington. Why you ain't stop him? He looked at Derrick Jones Jr. Why you ain't stop him? He looking at the refs. Looking at the sidelines. Like, what y'all want me to do? That's going to be the next step for him. Defensively. You want to be the best player in the league, you got to at least stay in front of somebody, dog. They had all these advanced analytics, didn't they? How guys couldn't even post him up. He too big to be posted up. Had all these stats on how he was better defensively. But what did your eyes tell you when you watched the game? Shit is crazy. But they're going to pile up on Kyrie. And I'm not making excuses for Kyrie. He didn't show up in Boston. Not to his standards, not to what we're used to seeing, not to what he did in the previous series. Maybe it did get to him. But where the fuck was everybody else? Where was the game plan? I said Jason Kidd was the better coach. Shout out to Joe Mazzulla. I was completely wrong, Joe. Forgive me. You gotta forgive me. Where was the game plan to help Luka not be picked on the other end? You could have put a better lineup. Why didn't you go to PJ Washington at the 5? Why'd you consistently play Maxi Kleber, who was giving you absolutely, basically nothing? I'm confused. If you would have went to PJ Washington at the 5, that means you could have put Derrick Jones at the 4. Then you could have put Green out there as well. Now you got at least 3 guys out there that could defend. Because Maxi Kleber's supposed to be this guy that can switch. And they was fucking him up too. And he wouldn't give you shit on the offensive end. Had you went to PJ Washington, that's when you was having success, was with PJ Washington at the 5. I don't know what was going on. So where did they go from here? You better hope Kyrie don't want out. I wouldn't be surprised. Be like, hey, I tried it 2 seasons. Got all the way to the finals. We just couldn't get it done. Maybe you want to run it back. Keep the same cast. I got two guys that could help you possibly get back. One. Well, for one, you got to get rid of Tim Hardaway. No disrespect. I think Tim Hardaway is still a good player on a different team. Hell, I wouldn't be mad if he joined my Lakers. But you guys, it's time for him to go. You probably need to wrap up Kleber, or maybe you want to wait till he gets healthy, see what he looks like. Looks like Derek Lively's going to be that guy. Gafford ain't no slouch either, so maybe bring them 2 back. Well, you're going to have Lively. Maybe bring Gafford back if he's not under contract. You definitely want to keep PJ. Derrick Jones he didn't play bad. He was just outmatched. Your whole team was fucking outmatched. The coaching staff was outmatched. But I got 2 names. Number 1, KCP. KCP will be the shit on this squad. And if I'm not mistaken, he's an unrestricted free agent. I don't know how the math works. I don't know if you had the money to sign him. You might have to get rid of Kleber and some other guys to make way, because make no mistake about it, KCP, for one, the Nuggets might not let him go nowhere. But if they do let him slip, there's going to be a lot of teams. KCP going to get some bread. Defense still wins you championships. We just saw that. That's why Denver didn't get back. Because they got rid of all the defense. The guys that was guarding the guys. KCP will check that box for the Dallas Mavericks. I got one more name for you. Nicholas Batum. That might sound kind of funny. But shit, Nicholas Batum, he's still staying in front of guys. Even at this age, he can still lock up a little bit. And he can shoot that thing. Them is two guys that can help you off the rip, because the guys you got right now, even they give you shit. And Luka's not going to guard nobody. So KCP can help tremendously in that aspect, and so can Nicholas Batum. And you be able to plug them guys right in. Lively at the 5, Batum at the 4. Who you got at the PJ at the 3. Luka and Kyrie. Then you can bring KCP off the bench. Or maybe you bring Batum off the bench and you start KCP. But you need at least 2 more defenders in that starting lineup in order to make your backcourt successful. And hey, like I said, they got all the way to the finals. But when it came down to having a guard, there was nowhere to hide. But that's all I got for free. Y'all let me know what y'all think. The scapegoat ass Celtics, man, they did it. Gotta give it to them. They handle business. Let's see if they can get back there. And the Dallas Mavericks, let's see what they do in the offseason. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. KCP to the Mavericks, Nicholas Batum, are there better options out there for them? Hell, can they get in the Paul George sweepstakes? That wouldn't be a bad move. But Paul George, he ain't sitting in the chair like he used to. No disrespect. But we'll see. We'll see what they do. I'll tap back in later. Peace.